Greetings, family. So, y'all know I'm here to drop some jewels. I had a conversation with someone, and I was saying to them that a lot of the low vibration contact that I've had with people have been with African Americans, right? It seems to me that there are African Americans here that have come with their dysfunctional Western ways, um, and they've been on a continent longer than a lot of people, but they seem very jaded. Like somehow they lost focus about why they came here, what their purpose is. Um, they just seem to be wasting space, if you will. So when I talked to this brother about this situation, with this contact with these low vibration African Americans from the diaspora, he basically said to me that, people that are coming from the diaspora should not romanticize Africa. And for me, I had to disagree with him. I really had to disagree with him because why shouldn't we romanticize Africa? If you believe that this is a place that you were stolen from, then you feel like you're coming home. And sometimes coming home isn't always smooth, right? However, it's the notion of making the best of the situation. Like, if I'm coming to Africa, I'm expecting, yeah, there's going to be some situations where people might try to hustle me, people might try to copy me, utilize my resources, right? But I don't know that I was necessarily expecting that from people from the diaspora. I would think that people from the diaspora were here with a plan, had their own agenda, were focused, and were leaving like all negative, dysfunctional behavior behind. But that's not the case, y'all. So I'm here to tell you that the people yelling scammer this, scammer that, many of them are scammers. Yeah, I said it. And I understand why people move in little cliques. Like before, I was like, are we united? There are groups, but they move differently. They have different agendas, right? So it's a matter of you deciding whether you want to be part of a group or whether you want to be neutral and rock a little bit with everybody, or if you want to be a loner and just rock with the native people of the Gambia and get integrated into that system of living, or be by yourself, which isn't the most productive thing to do because everyone needs people, everyone has a community, everyone has a village, right? So let me tell you why I think it's so important to romanticize. Okay. And I'm going to read this because I came across this. I wanted to make sure I was presenting the word properly for people who may not really understand what that means. Because I'm not talking about like romantic love, right? Basically, what I'm talking about is how to romanticize your life when you come to Africa or wherever you are in the world, right? Basically, it starts with you appreciating what you already have, okay? Um, Living a more minimalistic lifestyle, disconnecting from tech and slowing down, living every day like it's your last, watching romantic movies, comedies, things that bring you joy and make you feel more productive. YouTube videos where you can kind of decide what kind of content you're going to watch. And know this, if you following low vibration people, you subscribe to them, you follow all their dysfunctional drama, you're just as bad as they are. You don't even know that you're caught on the rat wheel because we know how easy it is to be like, why is this person doing this? And next thing you don't watched every reason why they're doing what they're doing, right? Because that dysfunctional negative behavior has a way of kind of pulling you in and enticing you and making you wonder what, and you're hanging on waiting for more. Meantime, you've wasted how much time watching some bullshit? Like, let's just be real. Like, I know one time, Facebook throws these little previews of stuff, and I think it was like Love It Hip Hop or something. I don't even watch that, but I saw a disagreement between two women, and I was like, well, why are these sisters beefing? Before I knew it, I was pulled in and looking at almost a whole like series, like an episode after episode. And I'm like, whoa, like I don't need to be feeding my spirit that, right? Check out my video where I talk about, what are you feeding your spirit, right? Because I talk about that situation. I want to finish this list. Um, Watching things that make you more productive, watching people, following people, subscribing to people that give you positive information to keep you uplifted. If all they talking about is their problems and their drama and their dysfunctional life, how is that adding to yours, right? And even more, are they really who they present to be on YouTube? Because folks be living a whole different life off of YouTube, honey. They got all kinds of drama going on, all kind of dysfunction. Okay. The other part is, which I talked about when we did the piece about the lightning, right? If y'all saw my videos on lightning, get outdoors and bring nature into your home. So I actually brought a plant from the beach, right? I have to show y'all my little plant. All right, y'all. So I am not a gardener. I'm not. I have a little plot of land in the compound that I'm growing some stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing. But look at this. I took this from the beach, right? And it was like a few, I liked it because it was like a few little beautiful flowers. I think I need to plant this at this point. It was just a few little flowers coming from here. Next thing I know, it's growing up toward the light. And look at all the roots, y'all. I think I need to plant this now. Probably should just take it outside and stick it in dirt and see what happens. But it was growing in the sand, so I didn't know if it would still have that same effect if I tried to plant it on the, I'm putting it on the ground. If I tried to just stick it in the dirt, but we'll see, we'll see. But I brought it back from the beach, and I've had it ever since. It had these beautiful, I think the flowers were purple and white actually, that were blooming from it. But nevertheless, I brought it in, right? And I hope to get more plants in my home, but I have lots of greenery around me outside. And when there's storms and stuff, like I'm sitting outside, I'm enjoying watching what the sky does with the ocean and God's canvas, right? I'm just watching it all. So I will romanticize Africa, and I will continue to romanticize Africa as long as I have this feeling of, wow, I made it. I made it out. I'm here, right? And when I'm driving in the vehicle, so my driver's driving, of course, but when I'm out in the car and I'm in the passenger seat and I'm just sitting there looking out the window and I'm seeing all these beautiful people and their colorful fabrics. Like I just love African clothing. All the colorful fabrics and the beautiful shapes. Um, the low, not shapes, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about the designs on the fabric, the patterns, right? um, the the elegance of it all. Like for me, it's like African royalty walking around, right? I'm looking at the women in the markets, and they have they have the headpiece, the jele, and the top and the bottom, or they have a full dress, and it's just very beautiful. Like I am so filled. I just feel like there's art all around me, right? And that's a feeling nobody can take away. I feel like there's art all around me. I sit in a car, I watch everyone walking around, moving about. I see people in the marketplace, see all this colorful fruit. I feel the warm air. Um, there's just this feeling that comes over me every day, like you're here, you are here. So if that's called romanticizing, guess what, y'all? Keep romanticizing. I saw something today. A brother was riding a bike, and he kind of had his shoulders a little hunched, and he's riding his bike. And when I looked at him real good, I saw something bright green right here. Y'all, he had a parrot. Parrot was tucked up under the back of his neck. Brother was pedaling, and that parrot was not flying. He was stuck on the back of his neck, rolling with him. Okay, just when I think I see everything, I see something like that. I see taxi drivers with entire living room sets on their car, and the car is full of people. Like they ain't even worried about getting crushed. Like that is just so deep to me how people like we working together. Um, I see a taxi stuck in the sand, and there's a sister out there trying to move the car too, and she got her full outfit on. She is dressed, hair is done, but we working together because we got places to go, we got people to see, right? So the sisters out there moving the car with the sand, with the four men, whoever was in the car was out there. Everybody got out the car and was trying to get this taxi out the sand while the driver was trying to drive it to. And that to me, like that kind of thing, to see people working together, not beefing, like that's beautiful to me, right? I just said to one of my girlfriends, she's like, she was glad to see that I was settling in, and I text her, you know, warm weather, black people, and colorful fabrics. Girl, I'm good. She was like, yeah, that's you. That's you all day, you know. And I just sent her like the smiling emoji with the praying hands because she know me. She knows me so well. Like that's a simple life to me. Those are the things that make me happy. That's romantic for me, right? So yeah, I will keep romanticizing as long as I have my beautiful ocean view and I maintain my high vibrations no matter what is going on around me because I believe that people choose to rock low. It just is what it is. People choose to be in a position that they're in. They choose to be dysfunctional. They choose to have conflict. And you have to remember what your purpose is, right? And what is unfortunate is when they have followers, when they have people that they actually influence. Because in my mind, if people are so easily influenced by someone that is so low vibration, that's some dysfunctional ish too. But you know, people gotta go their own path and discover things on their own. Um, and so I will say this: do not accept everything you see as the truth. Have that journey for yourself, right? If you've been following me from the beginning, which is like November of last year, then you know I've been consistent. If anything, you've seen growth, you've seen peace, you've seen spirit. I don't generally do the nitpicking back and forth stuff, but when I see some dysfunctional ish, I'm gonna let y'all know like this is here, it's here. I talk to y'all about copycats that are here, you know, the strange agents. Um, and yeah, there's some of us that we really shouldn't even come across the water. You know, I remember hearing people say that, and I just think, oh, they so wicked. Like, why? Because I wanted to come. Like, I knew I was supposed to be here, right? It wasn't, I was following the crew. This was the popular thing to do. Like, I had things happening that led me to this journey. Everybody can't say that, right? Some people just did it because it was cheaper than where they were. Some people just did it because, you know, they done burned every bridge where they came from. I ain't even gonna get into what they're doing with their bodies and their temples. However, it's a whole nother story, whole nother video with somebody else. Um, leave that stuff behind, right? I think if you check out my podcast, I talk about leaving Western behaviors behind. I talk about it, you know, in my videos, and I'll link some of those videos to this one so you can hear those messages. But I will continue to see Africa through rose-colored glasses as long as beautiful black people are around me. Beautiful, high vibration black people. And I'm gonna say it again. My issue, uh, my low vibration connections that I've had to disconnect from have not been with Gambian people. It's been with African American, and it's very unfortunate because I recognize it right away when I see it. I recognize it as a behavior that I've always wanted to disassociate myself from and not be a part of. And to see it here is disheartening. It really is. It's sad. It's sad, but I have to realize that people have trauma that has nothing to do with me. Although we are all connected in the global sense, I don't have to personally be privy to anyone else's nonsense. I have to remove myself from that. And I don't choose to rock with anybody that associates with low vibration people. Just don't. It's not personal. It's a choice. It's a preference. I wish everybody the best. I don't wish people um, I don't wish harm to anyone, but I do wish that people um, get the help they need, that they would be healed, and that they would be more productive with their time and their energy. So, like I was saying, right, I used to hear people say that everybody didn't need to come to Africa, and I used to think they was being mean, but I get it now because everybody's not mentally ready for Africa, right? Everybody's not financially ready for Africa. Everybody is not emotionally ready for Africa. And that goes to my video on emotional intelligence, right? Um, that is something that can be improved. Other things can't really be improved, right? Generally, when people are stupid, they're just stupid. But emotional intelligence is something that people can actually work on and change if they choose to. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, what class you are, how much education you have. Emotional intelligence is something that can be um, improved, if you will. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that because yeah, I romanticize Africa. I do. I remember coming here and thinking like Africa is my man. Like as the ocean is my man. Like I don't need to, be bothered with anything outside of that. But I've met some really beautiful people. I have a really nice friend I'll probably be introducing you all to soon. Really beautiful spirit, and just met some beautiful people. You all will get to see more of them as the business starts to take off. I'm probably going to be into that location, and I'm going to be looking to take the channel in another direction, right? Looking at the business aspect of coming to Gambia because I feel like, I've done what I needed to do with everyone, right? My journey for this channel has kind of come to fruition. If you remember when I started, I said I was coming with my son, and this was going to be out how I was going to do my repatriation. And I've shared everything with you all, right? From, getting your COVID test, getting your passports, the cost of airfare, the experiences in the airport, the dashes that you might have to do, uh, hopping from African country to African country, uh, meeting amazing people, making connections with people. It just goes on and on. So I think I've done all of that, and I'm finally here. I showed you all how you could do it, even thrifting for repatriation, and I'm still thrifting here. Y'all already know. I'm gonna do the final tour of the apartment now that things have come in and a lot of the fabrics are done. Um, and I'll do a tour of the store once everything gets ready, and then I'll be just probably coming on for special events, and of course I'll always be available to my subscribers, to my royal subscribers that have been following from the beginning, so that if you're coming to the Gambia, I will make myself available to you and have you come and join me for lunch at the restaurant. And we'll rock from there. But I did want to come on and say, don't ever stop romanticizing. Anyone who has kind of just lost a sense of what it's really about, right? Leave the what can I say? The divided snakes. Leave the disjointed kingdom, queendom to come here because you want a better life. You want peace, right? So, yes, please, y'all, keep romanticizing and remember that you don't need all the superficial stuff. You don't need anyone telling you how much you're worth based on your education or a piece of paper. You are black royalty. You are African royalty. You are black-tastic, magnificent, fly, all of that, right? And that's how I felt in the West, that I had to be judged by pieces of paper. As a matter of fact, I had something. Let me show y'all something. Okay, so my son put this in my packaging, right? This was inside of my case. You see that? That is my law degree. This is my Juris Doctorate from Seton Hall Law School. And I left it, y'all. Like, I really, when I tell you, I was like, I know who I am. I don't need a piece of paper. I don't need a degree. I don't need no 2520s telling me what I am worth and what I'm capable of. Because guess what? All of the things that I'm doing now have nothing to do with what I went to school for, right? Maybe they do. Like, I know legal terms. I know about people's rights. I know how when people are being violated. I know how to tell people to advocate for themselves. Um, I've always been that person to had a piece of paper to formalize that. But here, Africa, I can step out of the box. I'm not limited, right? I'm an artist. I'm a chef. I'm a designer. I'm a cafe owner, boutique owner, an online seller. I'm just so many things here. So many things here. So yes, I romanticize, and I want to tell you all to keep romanticizing. You deserve it. Blessings, family.